All righty, we got someone joining right now. All righty. Let's let her join and then we can get started. Oh, looks like she dropped off. I think she'll be back. Okay. We can go ahead and start. Oh, that's the other picture. There it is. All righty. So I like this one because it seems like I like this analysis like set up better than last week a little bit just by looking at it. I like they're almost like discussion questions instead of like us kind of separately going and then going like grouping together. So the first question is just from your personal experience, what have been key behaviors in an effective team or in ineffective teams? I put it wasn't recorded, but Leah put up some great information before. But I brought up always listening to others and not just waiting for someone to talk. Because I feel like a lot of times, especially in group settings when there's more people, we just kind of talk and we end up just kind of waiting for the other person to stop talking. And then we end up, we just end up waiting for someone to talk, not listening, not in taking any of the information. Another behavior I brought is actual preparation for meetings rather than just winging it, making sure you're set up beforehand. And also making sure everyone's included. So prompting those who are more quiet and making sure that everyone has a space to make comments or gives ideas.
I think for me personally, like you said, Nathan, I kind of talked a little bit about it. The effectiveness was that it was kind of funny because I kind of tied in a little bit of what I was talking about for this document and everything. And the can't talk the behaviors that I've seen with the togetherness is like just kind of what I've been learning with this group, especially. We are all leaders in this, I feel like. So like Nathan, you take over for the Zoom. I'm taking over for making sure everybody can be included in this. So like if like for instance Misty and Sabita, which by the way, hi Sabita. um I made sure to see that they got their Zoom so that way they can be included on this. And we just all kind of just jumped in and we just took care of whatever we needed to take care of. And then I also just put down that we're all accountable to each other. We've all kind of said our thing and we've talked to each other and we made sure that we stayed on track and nothing was forgotten. We went through all of our questions. If anybody had questions, and if we need help with homework or anything like that, I've also seen that in just teams that I remember seeing as well. So yeah.
Those are some good ones. It's like, yeah, definitely, like you guys said, communication is such a big one. Being able to delegate between tasks, like you said, Leah, just delegating, making sure that working cohesively as a team so that everything is done. I also put the we mentality. Just from working experience, I love the aspect of we, not I or you, but it kind of incorporates back to the delegation of we are a team, we are working on this together. So everything that we put in individually works so that we can ultimately make the same goal. We all have the same goal, kind of thinking of it like a ship, right? If the boat can't go anywhere without every moving aspect, the people in the ship to make it move.
Awesome, exactly. So Bita, is that how you say your name?
She's having a hard time with her internet and everything. It's unstable. So I'm saying,
Okay.
I'm trying to write her right now saying if you need to say something, just message me and I will say it for you.
Yeah, I see where she doesn't have a little icon by her thing for sound. We all do except for her. Oh, she's gone.
Yeah, she's saying her internet's unstable. So I'm like, all right, well, if you want to listen, you might be able to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, we can. Maybe she chats if she is able to get back in. It
Probably.
might be a little easier bandwidth wise for her. Missy, there is a doc. Let me see if.
Um, is very stable. Um, I think that communication is the uh, read the script, and I saw that everyone has his own character. You have to just accommodate yourself to others. Um,
Sorry, Subita. Oh, she dropped off again. Once she hops back on, we'll we'll have her. Yeah, once she hops back on, we'll go from there. But the second we can go on with the second one. Misty, to answer your question, there is doc that we are going off of. I'm gonna copy and paste these questions in. First one we went over already. There's 5 questions.
Oh, okay. So there's not one that everybody's putting their answers in. I just want to
No,
make sure.
no, we'll keep
I got
them. We'll
mine
keep them
written out,
separate.
so I just wanted to make sure there wasn't one that everybody was using. So
Gotcha. Yeah, you're good. So the second question is, what group norms have to do with effective team building? What would you say your current group norms are, spoken and unspoken? Are they healthy group norms? And if not, what can be changed? I said group norms are the set baselines or foundations of how the group will interact, and in turn, what they will produce. By setting good norms, we are able to effectively participate with each other and in turn have a better outlook and understanding of each other in the group. Our spoken and unspoken norms are that we communicate and do our part outside the group meetings so that we are prepared. And these are very important and healthy norms that help us use our time efficiently. We also allow everyone to be involved and listen as others are speaking.
I'm trying to think of exactly what to say because my goodness, Nathan, sometimes I'm a little intimidated by following you. you, you have a lot of great things to say, and so I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just say amen to whatever you're saying. um, but one thing that I put is that group norms is when certain groups come together and um, they they're able to do a lot of different things and they're from diverse places and they're able to like click and like they're able to do certain or like basically depending on how their personalities are they'll just be able to um I guess like yeah just come together and I said that one thing that or like a few things that I've noticed is that we try to start right away so that way we can finish within a timely manner, especially now that we're going to have 6 people in our group instead of just the 4. It's going to be a lot of moving around and talking and all that. So we try to do that. And then I also put down that we learn from each other as well and we bounce off of each other's ideas. And so if like someone says one thing, we're like, yes, I agree with you, so and this is how it is for me too. And like we kind of bounce off of that as well. And then we also keep each other in the loop if anything is happening so that we can coordinate our times and everything like that. So
just for the recording. So I don't know if the chats show up in the recording or not. Misty's having a little bit of trouble with her internet cutting in and out. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know why, because they'll go completely silent. So I do apologize. Even if I cut out, just let me know as well.
Okay.
But you guys both have definitely great, um, great comments. Like, I agree with you because I also put that as just like being able to speak freely, but in a respectful way, um, allows everybody to be comfortable, to be able to speak their minds. Because, when you go into a meeting and you don't feel comfortable with the group that you're in, then you're less likely to speak up or less likely to speak your mind or have any other ideas, even though your ideas could be very great.
Oh, it looks like you might have cut out a little bit.
Sorry, what was the last thing you guys heard?
You said you're talking about things we could say.
Um,
You guys, like, I already feel like you guys have made that, right? Oh. Sorry, am I cutting out again?
everyone.
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit.
Can you hear me? Okay, so about the second question, I wanted to say that when you had conversations healthy with others, and when everyone feels like
Oh, she dropped off.
I can kind of tell you what she was saying. She just said, I think that everyone has his own character and you should accommodate yourself to others because it will be safe for everyone when you feel home with others. And that was from the first question.
Awesome. Thank you, Leah. And Sobita, that was great. Absolutely.
yes, thank you. When the feels like you go further than if you show their own force. I would say
Seems like we might be having a little bit of internet issues still. I think we're kind of starting to move that direction. So we can go to 3. How does psychological safety in a team increase overall effectiveness? What are the roles of communication and empathy in creating psychological safety? I think Sobita, I think that's how you say your name. Sobita, I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I think you kind of touched on it in your first point. You were talking about how it's kind of our job to help conform to others, to let them feel safe, and how we can really just make other people feel welcome. Because if they feel welcome and safe, then our team will be more effective because we're actually able to share what we actually think rather than what we think other people might want to hear.
yes, sure.
For sure, what I put down is that having the psychological safety in a team increases overall effectiveness by knowing that our team will always be there for us. They will not laugh at us if we have a clever idea and they don't think it's dumb. They think it's a very smart idea. They will encourage us and build us up. If we fail once, we will always fail. If we succeed once, then we will always succeed together. The roles that communication and empathy create in psychological safety are, like I said, the team is there for you. They will not laugh at you when you have a clever idea. I also think that if you have an idea, they will try it out. And if it does not work, then they will try to make you feel, they won't make you feel stupid or useless. The team will be there to help you succeed, and they want to ensure you are succeeding as well when they're succeeding as well.
Yes, Sister Leah, I agree with what you said because everyone should participate well in every time. If you are a group, wherever you are, if you are not alone, you have to just participate with others. And so every as you could do as you do too.
Alrighty. I think we're good to move on to 4. How does sharing personal experience and being vulnerable influence team dynamics? Think of the example of Sakaguchi. Do you have any personal examples of this in organizations you're involved in? So I think being vulnerable really shows your intent. If you're vulnerable and you're willing to share, it shows other people that you want the best for the team. In my organization, I work at a law office, and we're undergoing rapid growth right now. And I know that in my team, I'm a team lead, and in my team, when someone shows that they are willing to be vulnerable and willing to share their ideas and their personal experience and their true ideas, it shows to me that they really want to succeed. And so it opens up way more trust. It opens up a lot more opportunity for growth because then we're able to all be honest. It's kind of like a domino effect I see in a group where one person's vulnerable and then you just kind of see guards coming down from other people as you go around. And it really just allows so much more relaxed nature and so much more productivity if personal experiences are shown and vulnerability is shown.
Exactly, Nathan. That's kind of where I was going to with what I was saying. That it basically shows like who they are and their intent. I just said that like basically it's the highest form of communication because it shows that like it shows your true self. It's basically like just nothing but your skin. Like it's just like you're stripping away everything and just showing everybody who you are. And it also helps people like understand where you're coming from. They'll be able to like understand experiences. um I noticed as well, I believe it said share an experience if you've had one on this, and I said that I've been in a lot of self-reliance classes, and there were a lot of times that the people in those classes opened up and shared what they were struggling with, and it was a huge eye-opener for all of us, because we got to see them open up, and it helped other people open up. And a lot of people, I've been to church with them and I know who they were and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden I hear what they're struggling with, and I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, I know you do not seem like that kind of a person. But it definitely helped because then it was able to help me also open up and be able to talk about things that I was struggling with for that week, in my self-reliance classes and things that I was trying to go through. And then that way, I guess it also helps because then we're able to comfort and be able to talk to people and help them out through their times of trial and discomfort and everything. So I think being vulnerable kind of helps us with that, and we're able to share with each other and be able to like just be there for each other, I guess.
Like that so I worked for Netflix and I was an operations supervisor, and one of the books we had to read in management was The Autonomy of Peace, Resolving the Heart of Conflict, probably one of my favorite books. And it helped us become vulnerable and to remind ourselves that our team, each individual is a human being. Because a lot of the times, especially when it's high, like when you work in a high tense situation where you're like coming together, it can get very tense. But it's also when you're able to get vulnerable, like you guys said, we're able to become ourselves and remind each other that, hey, we're human. Each person has their own thing going on, and it just clears a lot of air. It just kind of helps everybody like relax and on a personal level.
That reminds me one of my oral transcript um was and my Spanish teacher wanted to know who I was because my way to express myself in French was huge because when because I loved when I was a teenager, I loved to express myself in French, especially because I was in a Catholic school required that every single student speak only in French or in English. So my routine was to speak in French because I speak French fluently, and he wanted to know who I was. It was very exceptional for me because he is a great teacher in Spanish, and he wanted to know who express himself like that. And they gave me a full credit for my course of Spanish because my way to express myself was very pretty huge, and because of that, I wanted to always express myself in each meeting I was because you share your ideas, you share who you are, and you let others know who you really are. Because when they see you on photos, they can see that you are like an autocratic or like other people. So you can like Putin because he never smiles, but when you express yourself, you let others know that you can tell goodness, you can love, you can smile, you can do other things than be still 24 hours a day. You understand?
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was great. So we're at our last one. What can you as an individual do to initiate effective team behavior? So I think just being inclusive. I think we've kind of hit on it already. Basically every point we've talked about it a little bit. Just making sure others are included, kind of putting yourself second, and making sure that you're vulnerable and genuine is what I would say.
I put down that I would try to like make it loose at first and just like kind of like what I did that just a little bit ago, how I was asking you guys questions about your week and what you guys do and that kind of thing, and if anybody wants to answer that kind of thing, because like I know last week there was a couple of people I think that had screaming kids in the background, and so it's like, oh, so you guys are parents, that's awesome. And so it was kind of cool to hear that and just like see that in a way as well, but I think I should loosen it up and I guess for sure, like ask people about their week and stuff like that. Um, and then yeah, just I'll just, yeah, like you said, Nathan, just be inclusive and share whatever you can.
And to add on to that as well,
Misty, you cut out, I think.
sorry, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, hear you now.
Listening in the intent of understanding and not listening to the intent to respond. So just making sure that like to be like being effective, like just listening, seeking to understand rather than, listening to respond to everything.
Okay,
Hopefully
I
that was
think that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. I think that as an individual to initiate effective TV, we wish great things to each other, and we can share. Because when you are vulnerable to others, when you show your vulnerability, and that's when you express themselves, when you let them share their own voices, when we let them, we can be so.
I guess she got booted off.
Oh no. We'll give her a couple minutes. We only got 5 minutes left in this session, so see if she can hop on there. Yeah, I love that basically all these questions kind of tied into the same thing. It's been a really cool group project this week.
This has been pretty cool.
Leah, I just realized you're my accountability partner.
I know, right? I was thinking the same thing.
Because I know what your first name is, but I was like, what is her last name? So I went to go back to my email. I was like, it is. Sorry, I know that's super off subject, but I was like super excited.
Yes. Thought that was funny too.
Welcome back.
Yes, hello. As I told before, when you let others express themselves, you let the opportunity to share what they have in their mind, and because I remember that I had a experiences in write, but not to speak it. And when I was in Pathway, I had the English partner who had the habit to encourage me. And I can tell you that favorite part in each.
Oh, we lost her again.
I kind of want to bounce off of her for a second. How she was talking about things, or like talking about how, like, as a group, we should like listen to each other and stuff. The one thing that kind of came to my mind as well was praying for each other. I think that would be one thing that we can do as well and be able to like kind of come together is to pray and like throughout the week especially.
Absolutely.
I agree. I love that.
Alrighty, is there anything else we want to add? So we've got 2.5 minutes left.
Nope. I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys setting all that up so that I can make it to the meeting. So just want to let you guys know I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys too. I'll send this out in our chat again. And yeah, we'll go from there.
Thank you.
Awesome. You guys enjoy the rest of your guys' week.